Happy Sunday to everybody. Hey, I was spending some of my day here. I was revisiting my old book of tunes, and there's some tunes in here that I never did record, and maybe just in a couple of times I've heard somebody record something from here that I never recorded. But I just thought I would take a look at a page today. In case you'd like to know what some of these sound like. I should say that, I always wrote tunes. And sometimes when it came time to take a look at what we might record, whether early albums with Trion or solo albums, or sometimes a type of tune would happen, and then there was no room for another one that was very like it. And so decisions were made. But I thought I would play a couple from my book of tunes here this week. So I actually looked on page 74, and there's a tune here that's called the South Bend Hammer. And sometimes I should just call the tunes after who I mean them for. This was a tune for David James, and David James played the hammered dulcimer. And I thought it was all kinds of fun to call it the South Bend Hammer. But I'm sure probably David would have preferred if I had called it after him. So David was a great player and also played the fiddle, guitar, sang, and yeah, this tune would have been a little bit older, but never had a name on it. And then I think I called it the South Bend Hammer for David, and it's a reel. And yeah, so here we go. I'm going to play this for you, and then we'll discuss. To me, it's a real session tune. It isn't demanding much more than that you get the melody of it. Kind of talking like in the second person, but you know what I mean. It's like the tune is just a very nice sit in a session. Might be just a tune that goes by, and yeah, it's not demanding a lot of attention or variations, or even a lot of triplets during this tune. I find myself maybe only coming along and maybe towards the very end of the first part wanting to do this. Let's see now. It really could just be, but I like to go. So nothing difficult in that first part at all. Second part. A little triplet there. Yeah, a nice easygoing session tune. It almost feels like with that ending that it might have been written around the same time as I would have been doing the Kiss Me Kate album, because you can hear there's something about it that's kind of smacking of some of our choices, the King of the Clans, tunes like that were on that album. So I'll play it for you again, a little bit slower, and you can try to pick this one up by ear. And here we go. Now the tune that went after it on the same page also never got recorded. It was called the Birr Road. And from my father's place outside of Tullamore, that road was headed for Birr, and indeed people used to call it the Birr Road. And this is another old tune, and I think that it never was recorded because it was probably in the vicinity of some other tune that was being recorded on the same album, or it just had some of the same feel without being the same notes, but maybe its space was taken, and we probably shouldn't pay so much attention to a set of jigs followed by a set of reels followed by an air followed by a slip jig followed by on albums, but yeah, they should be all reels. So, but anyway, this one still hasn't been recorded. God, I might do both of these someday. But the Birr Road is a little more complicated. Definitely not a session tune as much as the South Bend Hammer was. So I'll play it for you, and here we go. Even I'd say it's a little bit of a challenge. Whew, complicated indeed, bopping around there. The second part, I will say, I think that might have been one of the first times. Now, this tune is also older, but that idea of going was a little syncopation there. Yeah, and that might have been the first time that I used any syncopation in a tune. How old could it be? Not sure. Yeah, it could be quite old. Could be late 70s. So let me take you through this tune a little bit slower, like I did with the last one, and there you would have it. You would have two tunes for the. Interesting, right? Yeah, that tune is definitely not in the world of you get it, just like that. And I think the other tune is in the world of like, yeah, get it, just like that. So enjoy trying these this week, and keep track of your own tunes and when you wrote them. I would be curious now, and it's just something I didn't pay attention to early on in life. So keep track of where you are with your world of tunes if you're writing them, and yeah, give these a try. That second one is definitely maybe just a little harder to pick up because it doesn't exactly go where you think it's going to go. Although when I was playing it slow there, I think it is accessible. Definitely early tunes for me were more, well, like we say, there's a lot of tunes out there, and sometimes I was writing something just because I wanted a challenge. And so they were hard for me to play and designed to almost like, let's see what we can do on the fiddle. So that's a good reason to give it a go. First one again, more accessible, and see what you think. Okay, enjoy.